Good evening, and thank you for joining us at Teacher Talk Tuesday. This is your host, Dr. Yvonne Henderson, and today I would like to talk to you about the epidemic that is ever before us, and that's the coronavirus and the effects that it's having on our educational system. School districts have been in a panic trying to create online schools and develop courses for students who have never done an online class. They're trying to train thousands of teachers, aides, administrators, and other staff to help run these schools. A remote online school for students who have barely logged onto a computer on a regular basis during the school year. They seem to think that just because students know how to use their phones, that their technology is capable enough to run them through an online school program. We have found, my colleagues and I, that we've spent the last week training and developing programs and courses and assignments for students to prepare them for an online school that was going to launch on today. Well, as we compared and we got our things together, we looked at things and we worked things out, and we thought we had what we needed that would work based on the systems that we were given. On last night, we came together once again on our holiday, our day off, to make sure everything was the way we needed it to be, only to find out that the programs that they gave us to use would not work. We found this out because there were too many people or too many students logged into the system and it glitched. So then we were rushing and trying to create another program or another avenue for our students to be able to be ready for school on today. I thank God for having a backup plan. I thank God for knowing how to go back to the basics and preparing things from a book and copying and pasting and sticking things in and uploading programs, because we had to go to that. We had to actually forego the online program where everything was done online, the programs that they gave us, the notebook where the kids would take their notes, where the kids would upload their assignments to the teachers. None of that would work. So we had to come up with another plan. So we had a backup plan where we actually uploaded the assignments as a document, and they would have to therefore download the documents, save them, use them, write on them, do what they needed to do, and resave it with their name on it, and then upload it back into the system where they could turn it in. Well, needless to say, that actually worked. But the program that we were using Microsoft Teams, which had so many glitches in it. Once we tried to upload that, and the students were trying to get in and work today, and we had over 2,000 students trying to log into this system that was having problems, and it was, needless to say, almost disastrous. When I looked at my forms for my attendance sheet for my students, I had 29 students out of 96 log into the online class today and actually get work done or actually participate in what we were doing in school. We were told to set up office hours where we would be able to work with students and help them get through the program. I had office hours. I was basically on there more than the office hours that I had set up, but it was rightfully so because the students were new to this and they didn't understand what they were doing, and half of the teachers didn't either. So it was okay for me. We set it up. We had a video where I actually logged in and did a video chat with my students, walk them through the program, show them what they needed to do. And as we were doing this and videotaping it, the glitches came up again. So we had to revert to a whole another way of doing things and showing them another way. So it spent a lot of time trying to get our students accustomed to working out glitches and things that they would come up against in an online school. However, we're not an online school. We are a traditional school, and we just happen to employ an online program to try to help alleviate some issues with students not being in school because of this coronavirus. Now, it's unfortunate because when I started working in this district, I noticed that they had a system for Pearson. I'll put in a plug for Pearson. I love Pearson SchoolNet, and they have the book. And I asked, do you have the online program to go with it? Because it's awesome. Well, yeah, we have it. However, we don't have enough computers for all the students to get on it at one time. So that was a problem. Even though I had it set up for my students to use, they couldn't use it because we didn't have access to computers. So now online, I'm trying to teach these kids how to use this program without being in their presence. I'm trying to do this, and then half of the students could not get into the website because our hub was not working. It kept shutting down. So we had to go back to a different system, and that system with the Microsoft Teams, where they would go into the notebook and do their work, that system didn't work too well. So it brought us back to just the plain ordinary upload, download, write on, upload, turn in. So at the end of the day, that's where we were, and we had to create folders for the students to be able to put their work in and to do their work and to be able to be successful and to feel like they were successful in doing it. And some of the students who were there actually gave feedback and said how they felt about it, and they felt pretty good about it, and they thought it was going to be easy. Not trying to overload the students, but just giving them something to do and being able to access the work and trying to keep them motivated or keep them in a position where they can constantly learn. They can continue to learn until the end of this school year, which is going to be different the way we look at it. Just got notification today that we would be out until the end of May. Well, there goes the school year because we're out June 1st. So you can just say that everything's over. I've noticed with some other people that I've talked to on social media that there's other states who are just shut down completely. Pennsylvania, Virginia, a lot of these states are just shutting down, and education is stopping as of right now. So we're really putting our educational system in a bad place. We talk about having gaps that we need to overcome, gaps that we need to bridge, but yet we have students here who are still losing out and missing out, and our students are the ones who are going to suffer from this. And I'm not blaming anyone. We can't blame too many people. I mean, it's a virus. It wasn't something that we could control, or is it? So these are things that we have to think about when we have our education and we're thinking about our students. And I just really believe we should just go back to the basics. And sometimes we can't depend on technology for everything that we need to do because, as you can see, technology will fail you. There were some other people that I saw online who said that they went to online and their system crashed as well. Why? Because you have a lot of people trying to access websites and servers that haven't been used in that capacity, and it's overwhelmed. Anything that you put too much pressure on is going to crash. You put too much weight on a bed, it's going to crash. You put too much weight on top of a car, it's going to crash. It's going to fall in. So we have to be careful of what we're doing and how we're trying to accommodate things that are not necessarily being accommodated the way they needed to be accommodated. So, our educational system is taking another large hit based on the coronavirus and the things that we are dealing with right now in our society. So, all I can say is, just keep us in your prayers, keep thinking about our students, and let's try to make this a better place for them in the long run. This has been your host, Dr. Yvonne Henderson with Teacher Talk Tuesday. You can send me questions or comments at Teacher Talk Tuesday, TEACHERTALK, the number 2, UESDAY at gmail.com if you would like to give me a message, some feedback, or if you'd like to be a guest on my show, I would love to have you. And again, this has been your host, Dr. Yvonne Henderson with Teacher Talk Tuesday.